you can air truck and make ball carrier moves while you're on conservative. For tip number 1, I'm going to show you guys that on conservative, you can still juke, truck, spin, all that other good stuff. And to prove it to you, look, I'm on ball carrier conservative right now. We're going to go to a random play right here, trips tight end. We'll go double in sail probably. I'm going to throw an in route over the middle of the field. When I throw this in route, as soon as I catch it, I'm going to juke upwards. Or actually, I'll truck rather. And you will see that even on conservative, that I'm still able to get that. You see the little truck right there. You could do this with a juke move, a spin move. This time on this play, I will actually spin as soon as I catch the ball. And this is showing that even on conservative, you can still do these type of things. You see right there, I spin, I get hit. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point of it. As soon as you catch the ball, you can still do these things. Another example is I'll throw it right here to the running back. And as soon as I catch it, I will truck. Now, the kind of tidbits that go along with this, you can only do one. Second thing, you can only do it as soon as you catch it. Literally as soon. If I try doing this right here and I catch it and I wait a second and now I try doing it, you cannot do it. You have to spam it as soon as you catch it. But the upside of this is that you're doing ball carrier moves on conservative, and that means you will never, ever, ever, ever in a billion years fumble. And before we get into tip number 2, guys, a large majority of you guys who are watching this video are not actually subscribed. And on this channel, we have a goal of hitting 10,000 subs before the start of the new year. So if you do enjoy the content, make sure you do hit that sub button. You can always subscribe later, and it helps me out in the channel a ton. So for our second tip here, it's going to be something that's actually going to win you more weekend league games. Like, genuinely speaking, this is a difference maker. It's going to be how to get up top on man coverage defense, when they're not, especially when they're not putting deep blues for a one-play touchdown. And you need to be around 5 yards or less to get a good smart route on this route. So we're going to be going against a cover 1 robber press. That's obviously the type of defense that we're looking for. And we're in trips tight end right now, but it really doesn't matter. As long as you have a deep skinny post, inside cross, you're going to see this X receiver on a deep skinny post. There you go, bada boom, bada bing. And all we're going to do is smart route him. Now, you see he's smart route. It's a way, the cut is way shallower. We're now going to motion him across. You need a good receiver right here. You probably want your best receiver right here on this. And you're going to snap him right around here, just so when he cuts, he's going to get up top, and you're going to see a little swerve out. You're going to be able to get that rack animation right there. And I'm actually cut and do it again for you guys. So this is going to be another example of it coming out of a different formation with DK Metcalf now on the run. And what you need to notice is that the way we're passing this ball is we're going to be lob passing it and passing it up and to the in part of the field, actually. So it's a press, and we're just going to smart route this deep post just like this and get him over on a low motion. The other routes on this play do not matter. They don't. So just a little snap right here, and you're going to see how he is up top. And when you get that, you're going to do a little swerve outside if you can. If you can't, that's okay. And you really get that type of rack animation very, very consistently, guys. So for our third tip, I want to show you guys a way to beat man coverage in the red zone. Obviously, when you're inside the red zone, this is the most popular coverage called. A lot of people call man, 2 purple, shade underneath. And this is kind of a route that's really, really never, ever used in Madden in the history of forever. And it's going to be a sluggo route. So right here we see a sluggo seam, and if we call cover 1 hole press, this is actually a route that I've seen win people club games, win people tournament games. It's very, very, very actually useful against this specific coverage. And we're going to be throwing to B here with a low ball. So you're going to see him right here. As he's about to cut, you're going to low ball that ball and possession catch it. And basically what's going to happen is on this cut, they are not going to be able to defend that route in the least bit. Even with the 1 step right there, you'll see right here, once again, we're able to get it underneath it. And even with the low pass and accurate, the ball just will not be able to get played. We'll shade underneath right here again, and we'll go for that same thing. Right on the cut here, they cannot pick the ball off simply from the fact that you have the defender boxed out. And if I go jump into instant replay here, it'll be very, very, very obvious about how the ball will never, this ball can't get picked off unless it's a very, very, very bad throw. And even that was one of kind of like the worst examples of a throw you can get. It just will not get picked off really ever. I've seen it maybe get picked off one time out of a few hundred I've seen it thrown. So once again, all you're going to do is low ball it, pass it down on this cut. And you'll see as he makes it about right here, you see where I'm throwing it, and able to get that low ball right underneath it. Now, route combo you could do with this, say if you don't know it, for example, if they're totally in man or zone, is doing something as simple as this with like a motion over flat, and then, you know, a kind of a route combo along these lines, just to be able to pull out any flat zones, to be able to hit it in here as he's cutting. because this would do good against kind of a zone base as well. All right, another tip that's going to be a little game changer for you guys, one that I think will win games. How to stop fullback dive on the goal line. Now, you can do this in the open field as well. Sometimes when people go in goal line in the open field, very, very scary. This defense is fine against that. So we're going 60 out of the goal line 6-2 formation. Obviously, not the most ideal thing to have to go to against goal line, but nothing else is going to be very, very consistent. We're going to crash our line up. That's going to be hitting left on the D-pad and slanting outside. We're then going to grab this linebacker on the right side, on the right of screen. We're going to bring him about right here. We're going to blitz him. Now, the key is, and this also goes for shooting gaps and for user rushing, is pushing the left stick down just a little bit. See how I'm pushing down just a little bit, yet he's not moving yet? That's just where you want it because the game isn't registering it. Now, I'm going to try to do it with 2 controllers. It might take me a time or two because I do need to actually snap the ball. But you're going to see a gap shoot, and you'll be able to get through there. Now, obviously, if you're not using 2 controllers and you can shoot that a little bit better, it is a very good way to be able to hit them in the backfield with this. So again, we're going to try it again here. We're going to get that gap shoot. We're going to be able to actually hit them. The smoother and cleaner you're able to come through and actually get used to this, you're going to be able to hit them in the backfield quicker. One thing I do have to say is that Stonewall will make it where they won't fall forward very often. But right here's a great example of that very clean gap shoot. But with Madden 21, you might hit them and they might reach for it and get 50 yards out of that. So I apologize, but this is how you're going to be able to hit it in the backfield each time, even while using the extra controller. I've been able to actually hit him, and if you wanted to, you could blitz this other linebacker as well to kind of get him getting downhill. That will mess up the gap shoot a little bit at times, but you can kind of get them going downhill, and you see he did actually get free, but you also had somebody coming in the backfield, so it's kind of higher risk, high reward, but that's going to be wrapping up for how to stop people on the goal line. I want to showcase the best basic pass defense in the game. This is very, very basic, but it's also pretty good. All you're going to be doing is either you go curl flats 25 and flats to 5, or you can just not touch your flats. It's up to you. For this example, I will go to my flats at 5, and most passers, this is against pass defenses, most passers, to be honest with you guys, they cannot beat double Mable at all. So all we're going to be doing is going to cover 3. So a cover 3 match, for example, works perfectly. And then what we're going to be doing from this is shading up. So we want purples on the field, right? Looks good. We're then going to be putting one of our DB or D linemen, somebody in a hard flat on the right side, and then somebody in a hard flat on the right side. Now, you're going to be blitzing 2 people. 2 D linemen are going to be rushing. But to get the good glitchy sheds, you're going to want to blitz your user. So it looks like 3 people are blitzing. The game registers it at 3. It means your D lineman will still get really good sheds. Now, you're going to be able to see with this defense, if you wanted to, you could back off and deep half if you're afraid of bombs. You don't have to, though. It's up to you. That's kind of up to your discretion. This defense, a lot of people are going to have a lot of issues with it, guys. You just have to defend kind of whatever route it might be over the middle, kind of sitting. Right here might be just a cross, or, and for lack of, you see the pass rush of 2 people is really, really good. It's not a defense you can sit in quite literally every single down, but it's pretty damn close. This defense is super frustrating to have to defend or have to go up against, and a lot of really not great passers in weekend league that you're going to find just won't be able to deal with it. Next tip for you guys on the offensive side of the ball, and this is going to be having plays that you can quick snap to get your opponent off guard. Basically, these are plays that you're going to be able to snap very, very fast with the whole intention of not letting your defense get comfortable with setup in time. These are plays that are either going to be able to attack the sidelines really well, as you see on this play, or kind of more attacking the middle of the field that require really no hot routes or maybe just one. So on this play, for example, we are just going to hit RB and put him on a blocking assignment, and then we're going to attack the sidelines really well. So all this is, there's a plethora of plays that you're able to do this kind of stuff from, but good plays with good route combos that you are able to snap within 1 hot route or less. Trips has a bunch of them, but this is the type of example that you're looking for, where you have a nice flood concept on the left side and just able to block the running back and snap it very, very fast. And right here you see, they might play over top, hit him underneath with a little something, and you have a route going over the middle of the field too in this play, which is actually really nice. This is a great example out of the Buccaneers playbook, trio offset. And I'll show it one more time. Just snapping the hell out of the ball, for lack of a better term. A ton of how to stop and go. This is something that you cannot do on next gen. So if you're on next gen, I'm sorry. I suggest get off of next gen. I promise you. At least for right now, when this video is up. So basically, you're just gonna be running and then just pull back on the left stick. Boom, and you're able to just take off again. That wasn't the best example. It's kind of hard to do it while showing you guys with the controller and the camera. But basically, the best way I can show it is something like this, right? Where we're gonna snap the ball. If I'm able to, there we go. It will snap it. We're running. You see the left stick's pointed up. We're going to pull back. Boom. You see how I stop? We take off, pull back. Boom, 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 boom. Makes it very, very hard. You see, I'm not actually necessarily pulling all the way back on it, but rather just kind of pulling back and letting go instead. So I'll show it one more time. We're taking off. And because if you actually pull back, you will run backwards. So you want to, boom, pull back, stop, pull back, stop. if you just let go, you don't want to just let go because your player will kind of come to like a little bit of a slower halt. You want to pull back and let go. This is 2 tips for price of 1. This is MUT Team Building. 1, pass rushers. Get double or nothing on them. In terms of offensive linemen, you need both of your offensive tackles to have edge protector. I promise you, it's going to look like this. I don't care what anybody else says. Get edge protector. Even though it doesn't always activate against double or nothing, so if you don't have it, you are absolutely screwed. Also, another little tip in here, guys, if you don't have much training, do not worry about actual X factors. Just worry about getting your 10 superstar or your 10 AP spat on both sides of the ball and get your players. Don't worry about the X factors because they really don't get activated that often. But yeah. This last tip is going to be basically breaking down how to beat double Mable out of any formation. You don't need any special routes. We're going to be a trips tight end for this. And you're going to see on the left side, I have my zone flats dropped. And we are going to come out in a double flat. So the right side, it is double Mabled, it is double flatted, yada, yada, yada. All we're going to do is have a flat route. In this play, we have a table route. That'll work. We're going to now have no other routes going to that side. So we're going to block that tight end. And we're going to motion over a curl. Now, you want to snap this before he gets all the way to the sideline. And we're going to snap right over here. And you're going to see this curl be wide open. Now, you might be saying, why is that curl wide open? It's really, really simple. Some of you guys already figured it out, but let me break it down for you guys real quick. All right, jumping into this replay. All it takes is this flat route, pulling out these 2 flat zones. You see, this was a flat zone. One of these were a flat zone. I can't remember. One of them were a 25-yard flat. Here, he is inside of them. You could throw it right here. You could snap a little bit earlier, but that's going to work out of any formation. And if you don't have, let's say you don't have a table route. Kenny, I don't have a table route. Civil, I don't have a table route. All you're going to do is put somebody on a flat instead and do the same idea. And you can snap them just about right here. And it's going to work exactly the same. You see why? Wide open. Bada boom, bada bing. Good 8 yards. You can run this really, really deep into the red zone as well. So it's honestly a really good concept that is very frustrating to defend. And if it's man coverage, all right, little bonus tip. If it's man coverage, this is still decent because you can ag catch it, or even sometimes you can possession catch it if you're using gunslinger. You'll see right here, we will lowball it, possession catch it. It's still very, very good, even when it's not double Mable, guys. That's gonna wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and if you don't enjoy the content, you just unsubscribe later. I'll see you all in the next video.